Back so soon? Oh no, what happened?
A little incident at the dog park. We gotta head to the vet.
Oh, not again. These bills.
We can use CashNet USA. We can apply in minutes, get a fast decision, and have the money in the account as soon as the same business day. All right, Cheddar, back in the car.
When you need money fast, be the hero. All loans subject to lender approval. Speed of funding is subject to verifications and your bank's processing times. See CashNetUSA.com for more details.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Oh, we got balls up, babies.
Put your balls up. Gotta put your balls up.
Oh.
Get your balls. You got a new
Cheers.
ball today.
I got a new ball, everybody. You know
got
me.
new balls.
You know me. I'm a classic ball drinker. I only do a cran blast to keep the UTI away.
I
One
know.
cran buzz ball keeps the UTI away.
Yes.
Not a good rhyme.
Yes.
And now I have the Lotta Colada because I just got back from a little trip to Jackie's home state in Florida.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Where I was with my kids. So obviously the entire time I was
extra sorry.
the whole time I was jonesing for a pina colada. I never got one because, you know, we got to the bar that has at the beach that has alcohol and there was not a shady spot for the kids. So we decided to go do something
Leave them
else.
at home.
I know. With who? I was there with my
Who
myself.
cares?
I know. But anyway,
Find somebody
who
in the
needs a
hotel
pina
to
colada
watch 'em.
on the beach when you got a pina colada on the veranda with
Yes,
your
it's on
buddy?
the beach instead. But that meant bitch. I meant bitch in an
We're
accent.
bitching on the veranda.
Hell yeah, we've got balls up in chat. Thank you, Popcorn Ceiling.
Oh my gosh.
Hell yeah, everybody, get your
Countess
balls.
Gray UK said the coconut milk is off.
No!
A White Lotus reference. Pina colada. Look, it's me. I'm Lockie.
Yes.
Drinking out of a dirty blender. Me.
Oh, I mean, I know, I imagine we probably should be washing off the top of our balls, but we ain't gonna.
Oh, yeah. Like when you get a soda, do you usually wash top?
Yeah, I mean, I just think about all the rat poop, but I guess you're not supposed to think about those
God.
things. But honestly, I love my balls with a little bit of shit.
Yeah, good for the immune system. So, speaking of buzzballs, today, right before the pod, we went in to a liquor store to buy our balls, as we do.
As we do. We always walk
We're
to the liquor
regulars.
store.
They
It's
probably
great.
think something's wrong with us. We're in there every week getting
Middle
balls.
of the day, yep.
And buying balls and white wine. And we noticed a sign. Eric, could you please show we noticed a sign that said blue buzz balls, limit 1 on biggies, 4 on small. As we all know, the berry cherry limeade, we said, what's going on?
Whoa, why
are we rationing buzz balls?
Is there a problem? Do we need to worry? Should everyone be going out and buying as many balls as
This
you
is
can
like
get your hands
toilet
on?
paper in the pandemic.
I don't
What's
know. We
going
need more
on?
balls. We need more balls.
So we asked the woman at the counter, and she said it's not even a ball shortage.
Not a ball shortage,
it's
doll
just
parts.
the
It's
blue
not.
balls. The blue balls are the most popular. I don't know why, because blue balls is a phrase. No, it's a limited edition. And then what she told us was, oh, it's because they taste like Adios. And we were like, what's Adios? She's like, oh, it's a drink called Adios. When you look it up, the drink is called Adios, motherfucker. And it is basically it seems to me kind of like a blue Long Island iced tea. This shit
dude.
has vodka, rum, tequila, gin, blue curacao, and then sweet and sour mix, and then either
Everybody knows
Sprite or
AMFs.
7 Up.
Everybody's screaming AMFs in chat. Everybody knows AMFs.
AMF. Everybody knows AMF.
Everybody knows AMFs.
Adios,
AMFs are good.
motherfucker. Apparently, it's a big 21st birthday drink. People are so they like these blue ones, which we don't have one today. We decided to let the people have their buzz balls.
They need their blue balls.
It was the one that we tried and you didn't love it and I thought it was okay. Remember?
How dare
That
you
was the
make
blue.
me confess that I didn't like it as much as the other balls.
Because that's okay.
I'm about to
It's
say
okay.
adios, motherfucker.
The glorious
to you.
thing about the balls is that we all have our own preferences. We don't all have to like one ball.
It's so nice, everyone.
You know?
That we're all so different that we can find a ball that fits the tongue of your liking. It's just you got to keep
this
looking.
Pina colada one's pretty good. Like it's pretty much like
Is
a
it a
pina
lot of
colada.
colada? Can I try
Yeah. Try it. I've had ones of these before where I'm immediately hit with how alcoholic they are. This doesn't feel as bad to me, or am I just becoming...
Also, you know what it is? It doesn't, and I'm going to say it, usually not always into a colada because I think it sometimes tastes like sunscreen, and this doesn't.
Yeah, because it's more alcohol-y. It's alcohol
Put booze
forward.
in it. Put
It's
more-
alcohol forward.
Yes.
And then notes of sunscreen. You know, just
Thank you, Mother
notes.
Shaboom. Balls for all. Balls
Yes,
for
yes,
all.
yes.
And I hope your balls are not blue unless you need an adios, motherfucker.
Some of us don't even have to like balls at all, Jade.
You're damn right,
Old Luck
Jade.
says, and that's absolutely true.
I love you, Jay.
But yeah, we're waiting on that ball sponsorship whenever we get to it.
I'm begging for it.
Let's really quickly make a quick little announcement, right?
Oh, yeah, let's have a little.
This is going to be just our last live stream for a minute, okay? There's going to be some reorging happening. We are going to be, by the way, the podcast still coming out every single Wednesday. Don't even worry about it. Every Wednesday you're going to have podcast episodes.
So, Cass, I expect you to have you're having your first blue ball tonight, and I expect you to have your next blue ball every Wednesday following.
While you listen to our podcast episodes. The live streams we will be doing stuff on video and live. You'll be getting it. Follow us at Who's the Bitch LPN on Instagram. We'll put up all the information that you need. But I wanted to let everybody know because this might be the last time you see us on the veranda for a little bit. And we want to make sure that you guys call in with your juicy stories in case you're like, I'll just call in 2 weeks. I'm not, feeling it. We ain't gonna be here in 2 weeks.
Give us a call. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you live.
We love the back and forth of talking to people live. So there's the number. There's the number. There is the linky dinky do.
Give us a call.
So tonight's the night for you to call. Let's get to our first call.
Oh, it sounds like we got a call.
Avon lady calling. Hello, L.
Ooh,
can you hear us? Oh, there's
yes,
a beautiful
you are
face.
lovely, and I knew it. Hi, how are you? What's your name? And tell us your bitchuation.
I'm Laura. I left really 2 rambling voicemails, but the bitchuation, if you will, has gotten worse and weirder. Make a long story short, last September, my uterus and fallopian tubes went oops all tubers.
Oh my
and
God.
had to be fully fucking evicted immediately.
I think that we just
did
answered
this.
you on the previous call.
We just did your voicemail.
But this is great. I want to know more.
Yeah, let's get more information. So literally, if you're listening to the podcast, next week, we actually handle her call. Maybe we'll have it edited out. I don't know now that we're talking to you live.
We haven't dealt with it
I love your
kind of
call.
fun.
We literally played it out of dozens of calls. We played it on our episode that we just recorded for next week.
I'm so flattered that this chaos in my fucking weird in-laws has really just spiraled out of control for everyone.
Yes,
I know that we need to do, because everyone's going to hear the full story next week. So
the general update is that the chaos that popped off was we were at a family event, and I brought up these buck wild text messages that I got the night of my brother-in-law's wedding, accusing me of not having to evict my uterus for attention. So chat knows what's going on. I then, and this is where I was the bitch, but I feel it was justified, responded with the images my surgeon took of my uterus outside of my body.
Because for those of you that don't quite understand, they were told, they were essentially convicted of not having a hysterectomy, of lying. They were saying that this person did not have a hysterectomy when they definitely did, to a point that poor Laura is pushed to having to prove that she has had a hysterectomy, which is absolutely ridiculous. But I'm sorry, please continue.
And by the way, this is the wedding. This is the wedding of her partner's brother, who he is not close with, and they have not spent a lot of time together. So them not going to the wedding, nobody really cared about. And then on the night of the wedding, she's 2 weeks post surgery, and she starts getting a bunch of fucking text messages going, "You made this up. You're doing this because you don't love them and you don't want them to have anything. You make it all about you." Accusing her of making up a hysterectomy for attention and to get out of a wedding. Did I get that right?
That's absolutely correct. Can't stress this enough. Bride and groom had no idea any of this was happening.
Okay.
Bride and groom were when they found out about it, there was a lot of mortification. There was a lot of, why didn't you tell us? And of course I was well, I was fucked up on narcotics, and you had just gotten married and it seemed in bad taste. And we thought it was over. couple of weeks ago at like a family event, I brought it up to my sister-in-law who lives near us, and she went full mama bear mode and was like, no, this won't stand. And it turns out that like the maid of honor had done some other things that like were not cool, and also included up into asking like almost $6,000 for like a bachelorette party that like a bunch of the bridesmaids couldn't go on.
I needed to know so much more about this maid of honor. I was like, is this the only crazy shit that this maid of honor is doing? And also, if the bride doesn't care, why is this person? I was like, does this person have some?
Well,
like,
Jackie had
you before.
Jackie had a great question, which was, how did the maid of honor get your phone number?
This is the
like
killer.
on the night of the wedding, was she like, can I get the number for that girl who didn't come to the wedding because of her hysterectomy?
So she had my number because they had arranged a bridal shower so like I live in a different part of the East Coast than them. On like Mother's Day weekend, they had arranged a bridal shower the day before Mother's Day. And I was like, I can't go to New Jersey or wherever it was. I think it was New Jersey on Mother's Day weekend. My mom doesn't live there. We're very close.
Yeah.
And I had gotten text messages from like the maid of honor and also like the mother of the bride that were very much like, well, are you sending a gift? And I was like, of course I'm sending a gift.
Their only question, are you sending a gift? You should really rethink your life for a second.
Which, by the way, I just keep filling in the details because I know all the details because you sent a voicemail. They sent a gift for the wedding.
We did.
They sent a gift for the wedding. So you don't need to be on people about getting a bridal shower gift and a bachelorette gift and enough with the fucking gifts.
It was also like, I was not invited to the bachelorette, which is okay because like I've interacted with my now sister-in-law maybe 4 times in 10 years.
Yeah.
Cool. She's a nice lady. We're just not friends, and that's okay. She's also super confused about what's going on, but apparently my sister-in-law who lives near us reached out to the bride after we thought everything had been settled and apologies had been made, and basically was like, you need to make your maid of honor apologize to her. Because if you don't, you can't come to like the next family event.
I'm sorry, wait. Someone's making your sister-in-law do that?
No, that is, so I have, for context, my partner is like one of 6.
Okay, same.
Yeah, the Catholics, they be producing babies. I can't say shit. I grew up LDS, and we also be producing babies.
Y'all do be. So one sister-in-law said to the bride of the wedding, you need to call your crazy ass maid of honor and make her apologize to our other sister-in-law.
Yeah,
and then what?
And also to everyone else in the bridal party for like apparently what were a bunch of ridiculous requests. And the bride was like, I don't want to rehash this.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Lore wants to rehash this. And I was like, I for sure don't, because I don't even remember this interaction. I just remember waking up to text messages where I was like, look at my beautiful, horrific tumor-ridden uterus.
Yeah.
Do love Not Very Allison chat does say the gift is a photo of the uterus. You already received it. You got it. That's it.
And so like, I'm now in a place where like one of my sister-in-laws who like we really in the like past had not gotten along because like my partner is the youngest and like been in his life for a very long time, very protective of him. We are just now getting to the point where like we're gals, we're buds. And I don't want to like tell her to like back off, that I want it to be done with, but I also don't want to create and rehash like more family drama, because now there's like threats being made of involving my like mother-in-law, which is my biggest fear.
Okay, except
my family is in high school.
I do love that this could be the thing that brings you and your sister-in-laws together. I do love that a common enemy could unite you and your sister-in-laws. You haven't been friends, and now you're all going to love each other because this crazy bridesmaid popped off. Did we get a sense of why this bridesmaid targeted you? Why this maid of honor like came at you on the night of the wedding when you should be dancing and enjoying yourself?
I found out I wasn't the only one.
Oh, so, she went on a tear?
Must have.
She went like on a tear. And so like we figured out what the trigger was for me was that my father-in-law, who is like very much a very private New York man, he's in his 70s, everything is private. When people were like, why are Laura and her, partner not at the wedding? His response was, she's had a very serious surgery. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And everyone, of course, was like, you cannot just be saying that.
Okay.
Now we're worried about lore, so don't do that.
Literally, this entire thing is just no one knows how to fucking communicate.
That also makes sense of why.
None of us talk to each other.
And everyone's saying
like,
you're making it about you. You're making it about you. That makes sense. It wasn't even you. You weren't even there making it about you. You weren't even bringing it up.
Yeah, because in the drunk game of wedding telephone, this girl hears she was having a surgery that I heard was a hysterectomy, which, by the way, is serious.
Yes.
And then the father-in-law somehow makes it seem like she's had heart transplant surgery, and now it just keeps going bigger and bigger and bigger, and bridesmaid thinks it's on her to avenge the bride for some weird way.
Gotta be
It
hammered.
felt like a spiritual, the way the text messages read, because I used to, like, I've been in a lot of weddings.
Okay, same.
They read to me the way I would have talked to someone if they wore a white dress to a wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm the maid of honor and I'm actually the police at this wedding. And
Right.
so I'm here
Yes.
to tell you that you have actually broken the covenant of weddings.
Yes.
Yes.
And you are under arrest, and here is your ticket, and I will see you in court.
Yeah. And so it's gotten really weird. And I don't for 100%, first of all, the Pope just died. My mother-in-law's very upset about it. I can't tag her into the boxing match.
At a time like this.
Oh, God, rip.
She's
God.
in a formal state of mourning as of this morning. So I don't want to bother her with it. But I also am like, guys, we're all adults. We don't need to rehash something that happened like 6 months ago that I didn't really care about at the time. But everyone involved cares way more about this than I do.
Yeah.
But I just am actually like truly concerned about your sister-in-law having a maid of honor who's that unhinged. Like, that's so
Apparently-
unhinged. Like, it's so crazy. Like, that's what, when we talked about this in our other episode, I was like, this is a girl who thinks that it is her job to ride or die for this bride.
Yes.
And that she has figured out, possibly through a full drunk haze, that you're the enemy and that it is her job to prove herself as a real one and go out and get you and teach you your fucking lesson and put you in your place or whatever, when none of this is her fucking business.
I think it was very much like bridesmaid cop happening 100%. And then I also think it's because I found this out that like other bridesmaids in the party got like equally psychotic text messages. I think it's one of those situations where the maid of honor is like, hey, I like friend in love, like in love in a friend way.
Yeah, somebody said
houseplants.
Yeah, somebody
Maid
in
of
the
honor in
chat
love with the
said,
bride.
is the maid, and I thought, that actually occurred to me.
Dude.
That occurred to me. I was like, you're so hard up to find a villain to go to bat for. To go to bat for your girl, you need to find a villain to fucking go after. Yeah.
And it was like apparent. So again, I was too busy being full of tumors to be worried about this wedding. Apparently the best man, who is also engaged, like him and his fiance at the time split off. And the night of the wedding, that fiance got like a psychopathic novel and text message about how she planned the breakup to upset the like best man so that he wouldn't be able to like perform his duties at the wedding. It was like unhinged. It was like this girl got like super drunk and then just decided that everyone was a problem except for the bride and groom.
I think what you really need to take from all of this is making a good, solid friendship with your sisters-in-law. I think that there's going to be great relationships.
If there's going to be drama, at least it could unite you and your sisters-in-law, and you could become friends. And I just think also choose your maid of honor carefully, because this seems like you want somebody who is going to like handle a lot of logistics, but not someone who's going to actually like start a blood feud within your family.
Yeah, a blood feud that
that's just
nobody cares about.
Yeah.
That's the real killer. Like no one actually cares
literally.
about it except for like, I think that my text messages have become like a venting point for other people involved in the wedding and the family that were just pissed off about things happening.
And now
with
at
the
this
wedding.
point, everybody has seen your uterus outside of your body.
Oh, good.
Listen, it's cool. It's cool. I put that shit on Twitter.
Yes.
So,
yes.
And I'm
so the fucking verdict is you're the bitch because you're the best bitch. You're the fucking bitch I want to hang out with. You're the bitch that fucking you want to show. Like I said this in the other episode, but I go, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You want to accuse somebody of not having of faking a hysterectomy? Here's what you get: a horrific photo forever that will never leave your brain.
It was cute because my fallopian tubes had to come out separate.
Yes, baby.
So,
separate fallopian tubes.
Wrapping around her neck.
Coincidentally, the name of my band playing this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Separate fallopian tubes. Thank you so much, Laura, for calling us. This has been the gift that keeps on giving.
Thank you
so anyway, that's
much.
the update. Everyone wants to tap in my mother-in-law, and I'm like, we shouldn't do that. The Pope just died.
Yeah, let her have some time.
We're ready for Conclave too.
That said, let her watch Conclave. That movie fucking slaps.
Put on Conclave.
Conclave
Put on Conclave. I don't give a fuck about a priest, but it was a great movie.
It's a great movie. I loved Conclave. I think that should have won everything. Sorry, I thought it was the best.
Wish they were all sucking and fucking on each other. Thank you so much.
We're gonna move on to our next call. Thank you for calling, Laura.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so
and if you want to listen to us tackle that whole situation without half of the context, we're doing it next week on the episode.
Oh yeah, check it out.
So that'll be that.
This summer, Instacart is bringing back your favorites from 1999 with prices from 1999. That means 90s prices on juice pouches that ought to be respected, 90s prices on box mac and cheese, and 90s prices on ham, cheese, and cracker lunches. Enjoy all those throwbacks and more at throwback prices, only through Instacart. $4.72 maximum discount per $10 of eligible items. Limit 3 offers per order. Expires September 5th while supplies last. Discount based on CPI comparison.
Let's take our next call.
Yes. Oh my God.
I'm actually loving this buzzball. Hello.
Hi. Oh my God. Hello. What's your name?
What's your situation?
I'm Kara. I'm also known as True Goonie in the chat. So that's my name.
Oh my God, that's your name. So glad you called in. What's going on?
I've called in before about my little sister and the feud that I have with her.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
Yes, and I have an update.
Ooh,
so
okay.
my dad had massive.
Will you just give us a quick 2-line summary of the call before so people will remember?
Yeah. So my
Jump
little
back in.
sister she just hates me.
Yeah.
And I know why now. She wanted to send me a letter. I wouldn't let her send me a letter. My dad recently just had massive surgery to fuse his neck together. So it's been a very scary time.
It was in pieces.
He was in pieces. He was walking around for about 2 weeks, and it was a matter of, it was broken in such a way that he could become a paraplegic if he just moved his neck.
Oh my God.
So because of insurance, we had to wait 2 weeks before he could have his surgery.
Luigi.
Luckily, it is a very rare, scary surgery, but luckily we live by the University of Utah, which has an incredible surgical center.
Okay.
So, incredible. But my little sister, when I left the church, the Mormon church, I was Mormon, she was mean and nasty and hateful and all sorts of, I'm a disgusting human being because I'm getting tattoos and now I drink and et cetera, et cetera. And she has left the church now. And I got to a point where my mom was sobbing on the phone to me and said, is there nothing you can do? Please. I know you're always the one that fixes this. And you're always the one that caves first, but can you please fix it?
Why is she putting it all on you?
Wait, I'm sorry. Fix the problem with you and your sister, or fix your sister leaving the church?
Fix the problem between my sister and I. She's like, I think my little sister is holding a lot of guilt over the way she treated me.
Okay.
In that sense, I will say that. But I wrote her a note and I said, you know what? You have a lot of hurt. I have a lot of hurt. Why don't we just say bygones are bygones? Let's try to just start over. Let's start fresh.
And what'd she say?
She sent me a several-page letter that she wanted to send me before that I said I didn't want. She sent it.
Pages.
And it was there were about 3 pages of just how I was a terrible sister. I was never there for her. I was never there for her at her hardest time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
She wasn't there for you either.
Just a reminder, I moved out of the house before she even went to junior high, too.
That's
and
ridiculous.
I had my own abuse situation happening.
Yeah.
Where I lost several babies due to the physical aspect of that.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
I'm so
And
sorry.
she wasn't there for me. And that's okay, because that's not something a high schooler should have to deal with.
How old is she now?
She's so I'm 30. I've turned 37. My birthday is right around the same time as Henry's.
Oh my God. Happy almost birthday.
Yeah, thanks. Anyways, yeah.
And she's what?
We're a few years apart. I want to say like 4 or 5 years apart.
Okay.
So where are you guys now? Have you responded to this? Like, where are you in this?
I'm done.
Yeah, I hate to say it. I think you're making the right choice. There's really nothing we can do. She's got some trauma, and for some reason she's like projecting it all onto you, and that's not. There's nothing you can do about that. And you need to protect yourself.
She is being nicer to my children. I had to see her yesterday. That's the one concession I made to my mother.
She cannot involve innocent children in it. That's good for her.
I guess she did take one thing to heart, and that was that I did not feel she was being kind to my bonus babies because I married. I remarried.
Well, I'm glad she's at least doing that, but that doesn't mean you should talk to her. That doesn't mean that she's owed a relationship with you.
Exactly. So I have family on my side. My grandma's on my side because she unfortunately knows it. My aunts are on my side because they unfortunately know it. We have a very tight-knit system, and we all live really close together. So I see my grandma and my aunts at least once a week.
I don't even think it's like
part of your family still.
And like I wouldn't even frame it like sides. Like I think anyone that asks you, you should say, I literally put myself out there and said, let's move forward. Let's start anew. Let's start fresh.
Yes.
She's not interested. And until she's ready to do that, there's nothing I can really do.
And that's what I tell my aunts and my grandma when they ask me about it. I'm like, I tried. I really, really tried. I put in what I felt was a good faith effort.
Yes, you're doing it. You did it.
Of always being the first one to back down. Like even when we were kids, and my mom will say that until she's blue in the face. Even when you were children, you were the one that backed down first.
Well, that's why it's time to take care of yourself.
Yeah, and I definitely had that role growing up as well, where it was like, just apologize. Like you're the oldest. Like you can handle it. Like you be like take care of everything, smooth everything over. And I would do that a lot. And I think that's it's good and bad, like in a lot of ways, I really like conflict resolution because of that. But on the other side, like there were times where I was made to apologize to parents. I was made to be the adult in the parent situation.
See, I hate that.
And just because you're the oldest, I think you have literally been as adult as you can be about it.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yes.
You drew a line in the sand where you said, I am ready to cross this line with you and start anew. And she's saying, no, I want to stay back here and I want to rehash the past forever until you what? I don't know what she wants you to do. I don't know if she wants you to like self-flagellate. I don't know what she wants you to do. But she can stay back there.
I will say in the letter I wrote her, I said, I didn't bring up any hurts. I just said, I really want to be able to hang out with my all of a sudden cool sister because she's left the church now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden she's covered in tattoos.
You guys have so much more in common than you don't.
And I'm like,
she'll come around, I'm sure.
Why can't we go have mimosas on
She
the
might
beach?
come around.
I just want to hang out with my sister.
Exactly. But if she doesn't, and she's at least not in the place to do it right now, and who knows what could happen in the future. But for now, I'd say put it down. I think that you need to put it down and take care of yourself because at this point in time, none of this is going to serve you.
Yeah. And if she goes to therapy, a therapist is going to help her realize that she's putting a lot of shit on you. That's really what she has against like the church and like other stuff.
The therapist has been the part of the problem.
Oh,
God.
She had a complete mental breakdown around Christmas and she was able to get help. Thank goodness. She got hospitalized and it was really awful for her poor babies, but she's stuck
I'm just
with
hoping
the
she
same
moves on from that.
And the therapist just likes conflict. It feels like, oh, you need to tell everyone everything that's ever hurt.
In fact, don't even worry yourself with what her therapist is doing right now. You're done. You need to.
I think you need to cut yourself off of this. And if your family keeps bringing it up, I think you need to go.
We just don't talk when we're in the same room. We don't talk. But she's not mean to my kids anymore, which is great.
Well, that's good.
And
Then
I
that's
have
good.
3 bonus babies.
Yeah.
She's
as a win
to them.
I think that's a win.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling and giving us the update.
One more quick update.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a little brother that I said I have a good relationship with. I have such a good relationship with him. I'm finally getting my trans flag tattoo for him.
Yay!
Oh,
So
yes.
I'm getting a little trans flag for my little brother.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Sending congrats to you and your brother.
Yeah, lean into your relationships with your siblings that you're close with and just find, get your love there. And then I hope she comes around, but you can't keep going. You can't keep going to the well with this. Like,
and Rock,
you really
you're
can't.
right. It's not your job to fix her trauma and mental issues.
Yeah.
Keep your peace.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
I don't want to.
appreciate you.
Oh my God. Thank you for calling in so much.
Thank you. Oh, God.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for your calls, and we love your updates, and I love just hearing more. God, because, Kara and I are just sup.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit more of that sugary juice. We're like,
we love that juice. Give us the details.
Yes.
I can't believe you were just saying when we recorded our episode for next week, you were like, I need to know XYZ. And then Laura called in. That's crazy.
You know, this is it, guys. Sometimes
you manifested it.
You got to manifest it yourself. I needed more deets, and I manifested
We
deets.
needed a full picture of a crazy bridesmaid.
Instacart is here to keep you on the couch this basketball season. With pre-game rituals and post-game interviews, it's hard to find time for everything else. Let Instacart handle your game day snacks or weekly restocks with delivery in as fast as 30 minutes. Because it's bad luck to be hungry on game day. Download the Instacart app today and enjoy $0 delivery fees on your first 3 orders. Service fees apply for 3 orders in 14 days. Excludes restaurants.
All right, next call. Cue it up.
Oh my God, is it me?
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name? What's your situation?
It's me. Hi. My name's
Oh, hell no.
and I'm here with my boyfriend. He's my bestie and he watches this with me.
Okay, you guys rule. Y'all the fucking best.
Oh, great. So you like it too. You're not just like suffering through it because likes it. I like that.
Hell no, this shit is off the chain. You gotta be fucked up.
Oh my God. You got a good voice for you got a good voice for radio. You should start a podcast, sir.
Doesn't he?
Okay.
Okay. So
All right, what's going on?
we have had a situation that we're trying to figure out how to properly maneuver with my cousin. This is a cousin on my mom's side, so I'm mixed. This is on our Mexican side, and it's she's from and lives here now in a different part of shit. I probably shouldn't give too much info.
That's cool. That's cool.
I'm giving a lot.
It's a big no one knows where you are.
But anyways,
we can also bleep out your name and your partner's name if you would like. We can bleep out names.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
thanks. I appreciate it. I don't think she listens, but essentially we're close. She's a little bit older than me in age, and she's been big sis to me, you know, helped me go through a really bad breakup, looked out for me, but we were kind of estranged, you know, as kids. And I reached out when we were in our mid-20s and reconnected because of just extended family circumstances. All that's to say we are close, but don't necessarily have the relationship foundation for me to call her out in a proper way without it potentially messing up the relationship. Is that a good way to put it, babe?
Yeah.
And I feel like my boyfriend and I have both observed over the past year how she has been treating her husband. And specifically that there is another guy that she tends to bring around to every family event, to all birthdays. Her husband, for example, just got his
look how she just did her face when you
citizenship because he's an immigrant. And when we had the citizenship party, she invited this guy, even though husband said repeatedly, I don't like him. I don't like him being around our home. You know, it's one of those things where it's a clear conflict of interest. And to me, if you're in a relationship and your partner's uncomfortable, you know, you have that discussion.
Yeah.
And specifically her sister, my other cousin, told on the down low, like, oh, she was in love with him in college. She said she told him, I have a crush on you, and he rejected her. And she's like, I think my sister's doing something with this guy now.
So also, Raise VO, just real quick, Raise VO does ask, is it a poly thing or are they monogamous? So that, okay. I was assuming that they were monogamous, but I just want to make sure.
Wait, Madeline, my question is, what's her connect to this guy? Is her connect that they work together?
They went to undergrad together. So they've known each other longer. She met her husband in grad school.
And there's some kind of vibe that their relationship is giving off where her husband is like, I don't like this.
Yes.
And she's just ignoring that and having him over.
Yes. And it's to the point where he's overly comfortable in their home. There have been times where his as an example, this other guy, friend guy, his father passed. And a year later, my cousin said, oh, I'm going with my friend to Dallas because we're taking, he's grieving the loss of his father and it's been a year. So I really want to be there for him. I'm like, okay, good to know, you're being a good friend. But then her level of care towards this friend was a lot greater than the level of care towards her husband, whose mother just died in recent months. And
that's what I did.
Yeah, it has talked with this husband and his friend, become friends with him, and gets the male perspective. And husband is uncomfortable, but isn't also ever going to dox his wife or say she's doing something, but he clearly has made his boundary, but isn't necessarily going to set it hard because he is so sweet. And I've tried to have conversations with my cousin like, hey, why do you still have this guy around? I think he's corny. XYZ.
Have you actually asked her? Have you asked her, like, so what's up? What's going on with this dude? Like,
what'd she say?
Oh, I'm so direct.
Yeah.
And,
love this.
No matter what, it's blown off, kind of dismissed. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, oh, he's just a good friend. Oh, he tells
your cousin is
living
Betty
in
Boop.
Lululand.
Your cousin is Betty Boop, and she's like, "What's the problem?"
I just wanted my pussy to hang out under my dress.
Sorry, that's not your cousin. That's Betty Boop.
Literally, like, oh, what do you mean? There's no problem here. Oh, he's such a nice
You're
guy.
like, bitch, don't you say, I know what is happening right now. We all know what's happening right now. What did you say to that, though?
Like, okay, well, if I would just clarify, make sure that you and your husband are on the same page because, she's been opening up to me about issues they've been having. And I just, try to give her advice when she comes to me about it, about, respect and, open communication with your partner, because at the end of the day, I think a lot of the women in my family are kind of ruthless and mean.
Hell yeah. No, you're strong and you're a wonderful bitch is what you are.
Agreed.
A direct
Thank you,
bitch.
babe.
Thank you. See?
Listen, what I feel like is happening is you guys are essentially just watching a slow car crash happening.
Yes.
Like she's definitely got something going on with this guy, even the way she's responding to you. Like, if it was innocent, I think the way she would respond to you would be a lot more like, oh, no, this is my buddy from college. What are you talking about? And instead she's like, what? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just like us doing imitations. But like,
No,
I think that like you're watching a slow car crash. They're going to break up.
It.
And I think that what you can say to set your boundary is literally just, listen, I don't like the vibe when you got the guy over. I can tell your husband doesn't like it. I love you, girl. Like, call me when you're not inviting him and I'll be over. But like, I think if she starts to see that it's affecting other relationships, I mean, I don't want you to like not have this relationship with your cousin if you value it.
Right.
But if you're not having, it doesn't sound like you're comfortable over there when this is all going on.
I get mad because I struggle with female relationships.
Yeah.
And I tend to be known as the mean friend or too direct.
But you ain't even mean. You just gonna put up with bullshit.
God, oh my God. Well, I'm just saying, hold on.
Oh, I know. He's the best.
You
We're
need that
great.
support. Yes.
Oh, totally. And he's a total girl's girl, so he can sit and have these discussions and observe and see what's going on. But it's just, I don't want to sit and say nothing, but I also don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
When it's a fresher family that I haven't grown up close to. And I guess at the end of the day, for me, I tend to cut people off when I no longer can respect how they're behaving because I get disgusted.
I understand.
So I think you want to cut that shit off at the pass then.
Yeah.
I think you need to say to her, our relationship is important to me and I'm not liking the vibe when this other guy's around. So do me a favor and like miss me with the invite when he's going to be around. But I would love to hang out when he's not going to be around. And that's that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to, like, you're not trying to be like, you're cheating or I'm not going to hang out with you until you do this. It's not an ultimatum. It's not that. It's just like, I'm not loving the vibes here. And so let me know when this guy's not going to be around and I can't wait to hang out then. And
it's wasting
that's that.
your time.
No, and I get it because you feel complicit in watching this weird scenario unfold and you like your sweet brother-in-law who I think it's brother-in-law.
Yes.
Like, I think you just need to go, for me, this is a no, dog.
I'm gonna see myself out. I feel like it'd be like the meme, like the Homer Simpson, where he just kind of goes back into the hedges because
but you're not like I'm not hanging out with you until you do this because I'm judging your choices. Because I get she might not even know that she's fucking doing this. She might not even or
Especially
she knows
with the who me,
or she knows and she's in full denial because maybe there's shit going on in her relationship that's not good, and she's got something I don't know. She doesn't know how to just plenty of people do this. They stay in a shitty relationship while they're flirting or kind of starting a situationship with someone else, and
I get that.
Yeah.
But to me, at the end of the day, it's just like you're married.
Yes, you're right. Also, Keeker Squeaker does say, continue to hold that boundary if she tries to trick you into being around him, where it's like, oh, come on, because she might push that boundary.
Supporter.
Yeah, he shows up wait, what happened?
You say Trump supporter?
He's a whole Trump.
Wait, the third guy? The guy that's coming around?
Yeah.
Oh, get the fuck out of
that
here.
changes all of it out. I don't want to be around it, want nothing of
her husband. Her husband just got legal citizenship and she's fucking around emotionally with a Trump supporter?
No, done.
Dude, your cousin is diabolical.
No, bye.
Think about it. This our Mexican family from the border.
Yeah.
There's a lot of conflict of interest here. And it's just
she's self-sabotaging, dude. She's trying to blow up her whole fucking life, and you don't need to be there to watch it happen.
You want nothing to do with it.
And
you don't need to be there. You don't need you don't want ringside seats to that fucking happening.
No,
I mean, kind of though. We kind of do.
It's been a struggle because I feel like I've been just saying,
this is wild.
Just keep protecting yourself. That's what you need to do. You need to protect yourself. You need to protect your family. You protect your kids.
About me.
I told you we should have ran when old boy said he was a Trump supporter.
I mean, yeah.
Wow, you really buried the fucking lead there.
Immediately,
you buried the lead there.
So much going on. There's been so many bitches. We had to debate on who to discuss, but we felt like this relationship is the most valuable to salvage.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
so
life is a bitchy menagerie, and I'm glad you had to pick one, and you told us about this. But I think start hanging out with your other girl cousin. Work on cultivating some other female friendships at work or whatever. But you don't need to hang on to your cousin just because that's a thing that you've got going on, and watch her torpedo her life. And I think it's okay to just be like, we're not feeling it. We'll see you later.
Sharing blood is not everything.
Yeah.
People need to remember that. That it doesn't mean you have any control.
You don't need to, you don't need to fully cut her off. I would just be like, you're welcome to come over with your husband and hang out. We can do a double date.
But don't bring him.
But I'm not hanging out with a fucking Trump supporting guy that's trying to actively blow up your marriage.
Oh, and there's even more evidence I forgot about.
What?
Her husband was out of the country while his mom was in the hospital, and she had us come over because she had a rat infestation and just want an old boy to fix it. And we show up and babe, there's 2 chairs facing each other. She's dressed cuter than normal. There's 2 cups. There's 2 wine glasses. Did she have him
over while you were over there killing rats?
And later,
You to kill the rats. Why you?
I'm sorry. He's killing the rats. This motherfucker is just hanging out.
Well, it was clear that someone had been there, disappeared, and then as we were pulling out later in the evening, Ray saw him sitting in his car outside the driveway.
Sam Planet even says this man couldn't even deal with the rats. If you're going to be cheating on your husband, at least have him deal with the rats.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But also now she's implicating you in her fucking Melrose Place bullshit. Forget it. She's probably too young to even know what I'm even referencing.
Oh my God.
you gotta take a massive step back from this.
Loved hearing from you though.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Got me old.
Forever. We want an invite to the wedding. Bye,
Yes,
guys.
please. Thank you guys so much for calling in, and I would love to hear about more bitches in your life in the future. Dude, I know everyone's giving it up. Everybody's losing their mind. I'm sorry, you two.
Yes.
Also doing great.
He's the
Those boundaries. We support you both.
We love you and appreciate you.
Made our whole week.
Good
Bye,
luck with all of
guys.
it. Let us know
Oh
how
my
it goes.
God, the rats.
Rats.
The rat in your house is your fucking loyalty to your husband, dog.
Oh my God, yeah, you're
All
the
right.
rat.
All right. We got more calls. We're trying to plow through as many as we can.
Yes.
Wait, we can never see on Twitch what people are writing because they won't let you write bitch. So what is it? That's so many asterisks.
Bitch,
That's a bitch, girl, summer.
Rat, gal, easy. I like it. It's a lot
Everybody
of
has to start writing bitch with like an asterisk in it.
I guess.
Should we ask them? By the way, guys, if we start a YouTube, what should our we don't think we can be who's the bitch on YouTube. Should we be who's the B apostrophe TCH? Or do you think we should be who's the BTCH?
With no
Vote now
I.
in the poll.
Everybody, if you could let us know if you want
Vote now in the poll what you think.
Or bitch with an asterisk. I
Who's
mean,
the
I do love a
beach?
who's the beach? Or you want or see that also
That's gonna make it seem like we're reviewing beaches or something.
that or we're just so hammered we can't find the beach like Snooki on that one episode where she's going, where's the beach? And I do feel like if we were hammered on a beach, though, I mean, please, let's play Where's the Beach?
Please.
Here's everybody.
Spiritually, to me, we're in Miami or we're in like St. Augustine or we're in somewhere in Florida, like when we're on this veranda. Of
course we are.
To me, we're close to the beach no matter what. Some people are saying like we should stylize it like Pink, like the singer Pink.
Whoa.
B exclamation point TCH.
Yes.
I actually kind of love that. And that's a shout out to my husband's love of Pink.
Wow.
I took him to Vegas to see Pink in concert.
Real? Oh my
he
God,
loves
what an
her.
aerialist.
Oh, he loves
I bet
her.
it was such an amazing show.
And also so many people with pink haircuts.
Oh, I
like
bet.
Vegas women with pink haircuts.
Did Jared? No, he didn't. He didn't get the...
He didn't do a
He didn't do the zhuzh up? I'm surprised. I love Pink, and she's pure muscle. I love everything about Pink.
Oh, Pink fucking
thick
rocks.
Goddess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your mom loves Pink. So does my husband. All right. Let's get another call on the line. Do we have somebody calling in?
Let's find out.
And everyone's had camera on.
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
Oh
Another
my God,
gorgeous
hello,
face.
gorgeous. What's your name? What's your situation?
Hi, it's Graples.
Hi, Graples. So wonderful to meet you. Graples from chat. You don't know Graples,
friends.
Kara.
Great Bulls, of course.
Well,
All right, what's going on? What's going on? Hit us with the juice.
so little backstory. Some of you know I lost my job, like good job, back in 23, end of 23. Went through a burnout.
So sorry.
Undiagnosed ADHD, finally got diagnosed, all that jazz. Got my life
Congratulations.
together, lost my car a couple times, got it back a couple times.
Gosh.
The ebb and flow of life.
Yeah, life's been crazy. But I've recently fallen into my favorite job I've ever had. I'm now an infant teaching assistant, and it's
Whoa.
literally the cutest job in the world.
What do you teach them?
Honestly, we help them sit, crawl, eat. I feed them,
actually,
clothe them, all that
technically when you need, I guess, a teacher the most. So
No, it's really important because I will say too, like I just have worked in the foster system and like some of these babies, like this is where they get all of that. Like they're not getting tummy time at home. They're not getting, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, you might be working at a bougie ass place where that's not even an issue, but I'm just saying like.
I work at a daycare.
Yeah. Like infant, like daycares are so
with the
important for
pre-K, so-
socializing kids and like teaching them some basic motor shit that they're not learning at
Yes,
home.
motor skills.
Yeah.
Baby-led weaning and stuff like that. Like
baby-led
a lot of
weaning.
parents, I'm sure, Cass, I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
When your baby is eating and they're learning to eat, they gag a lot. That's terrifying, but
Yeah.
it's super normal. So that's
Yeah.
like the crap that I deal with. So
Yeah.
you don't have to.
Oh God, is it the baby? Is there an infant that's a bitch?
Yes. It's
Oh my
teething
God,
is always
yes.
the bitch,
First
not gonna
bitch
lie.
infant. Bring it. Let's go.
First infant bitch. Yes. What's going on?
So, all right. So that's the positive part.
Okay, great.
All right. So they're also going to be paying for me to get my CDA. Basically, that's my licensing to
Amazing.
be an educator, which is
Love it.
fantastic. I went to
Slay,
school for
yes.
it a long time ago. I never got to finish.
Love it.
I only work a mile from where I live.
Love it. Love it.
I live with my grandmother.
Love it.
Okay.
That's another big story.
She being a bitch.
Are you sad about it?
Well, so she let me borrow her car
Uh-oh.
because she went to Florida
Yeah.
to go visit my aunt.
As
Hell
you
yeah.
do.
She didn't tell me how long she'd be gone.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
She didn't tell me when she was leaving.
Okay.
She didn't tell me anything. So what she did was she handed me the keys and I said, "Oh, thank you so much." She says, "Use the car keys, the car to get back and forth to work, which is a mile away." I said, "Okay, that's fine." Because right now my car is out of commission because it's been sitting, rotors are dead, whatever. She comes back on Thursday, literally this past Thursday. I'm in my therapy appointment.
Okay.
So I have my headphones on as I come into the door from work. And I'm like, I see her sitting on the couch, like waiting for me to greet her. And I'm just like, I'm in an appointment. Like, I can't talk to you right now. She interrupts it 3 times. She knocks on the door. She yells through the door. She needs her keys to go get her scripts. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, whatever. But I mean, I feel like it could have waited, or you could have messaged me. I could have gotten your scripts for you. It's okay. But my problem is that my therapist was like, that's not okay. We don't do that. That was her like seeking attention. And I was like, oh, well, she does that all the time. She then sends me a bunch of messages about how disrespectful I am because I didn't say thank you for letting me use the keys to get to and from work.
This is while you're still in therapy?
This was almost immediately after therapy.
Okay.
So she sends me this message like right at the end, and I'm like, what the fuck? So basically, I'm just like, all I'm asking for is communication. Because then she also tells me that the next morning I can't bring you to work because I have an appointment. Well, I've asked you multiple times, like, tell me if you have an appointment because it costs me. I get minimum wage. It costs me $13, $15 just to get to work. So it's like, that's an hour of my time.
Yeah.
And it's expensive. So it's like, there's not much I can really do about that. So I was just like, if you could do that. And she's like, well, no, thank you for using the car for 10 days and blah, blah, blah.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, what do you mean? I said, thank you the minute you gave me the car. I said, it was a surprise every single day that I got to use the car because you didn't tell me when you were coming back. And I asked you to communicate. We've been living together for a few years.
And did you say all of this to her?
Yes.
Whoa. Good for you.
I said, can you please communicate to me if you have an appointment ahead of time? Not, 8 hours before I got to get to work. When I'm about to go to bed.
What did she say?
She's like, well, here, she sends me like 3 paragraphs about her car and her house and how she's done everything to do this. And I'm like, I understand you're retired. You do play bridge with your friends and you do have things that you like to do. Just give me a minute. I just got this job. I haven't had a chance to get my life together. Like, I lost a job that I was making like 3 times the amount of money I'm making now.
Yeah.
I'm making almost nothing. I lost everything.
Yeah.
I started from scratch.
And you have to put it all back together.
Lost a fiance along the way. We haven't even gotten to that.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
It's not even like a full like.
It's so interesting.
Like,
I find
life
with
is crazy.
Boomer women oftentimes that it is an interesting phenomenon that I feel like a lot of them have heard the phrase boundary and they've heard the phrase take care of yourself or self-care, and they choose to see what those things mean for how that helps with their life. And I feel like oftentimes you see boomer women that are just kind of like, but I'm making boundaries. Did you see what I did? See, you didn't say thank you, so I am now making my boundaries. And I feel like some of them are reading these books.
Yeah.
And I hate that they're able to read these books because I feel like they just
reading.
Right? Stop reading the books. That's what I'm saying to the boomer women. That they just decide, it's like, that you could communicate how you feel. If you felt that I wasn't being thankful enough, you just have to say that, and then it's done. And then I say thank you so much, and then it's over, and we move on.
Do you think this is also a thing, too, where she kind of like sees you as a kid and not as like a full adult?
I think that's part of it. I think another thing, too, is that I am 35, and I am basically going through something that I would have gone through when I was way younger.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of went through like a big, like, me and the guy I was with were together for a really long time, like more than half our lives. And all of a sudden he moved out like within a day. And it wasn't my choice. It was my family's choice that he got kicked out, which was his fault. And I'm not going to lie about that.
Oh God.
The thing is that instead of like helping me become independent, because I've never been independent because I've always had somebody to fall back on, I feel like I've been getting pushed to go beyond my limits constantly. Like, I've lost my car multiple times to repossession because I've been told, well, you're grown, you should be able to do this. But I'm asking for your support because I'm going through a really hard time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not only is a relationship issue, I lost a job. I'm starting a whole new career. I just want a couple of months to get my life together, like just a couple more weeks so I can get my car back on the road. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, but this is like this is the generation that's like, we're not going to forgive your loans because our loans weren't forgiven. Like
Stump Rock Roy even says, a big things boomers don't understand is that it's hard to pull yourself up by your bootstraps when you can't even afford the boots.
Yes.
You don't understand.
They don't get it because they were like married, and they had like everybody bought a home. And like, it was a totally different fucking country.
Right now
the other day when she got married at the age of 16, my mom made like twice the amount of money that I made when I got married 4 years ago. Like back then, it's like, think about even just that alone. Think about that at 16, and I'm not saying that it's okay to be, encouraged to get married at 16, but like they were setting them up because they were giving them the money to start their future. They were given a nest egg to put it down on a house. They were given, because that is how things used to be.
Exactly.
And it's not that anymore. And a lot of these boomers don't get that.
They just want to say, oh, this new generation is just on their phones doing TikTok or whatever the fuck they want to say, instead of actually looking at how the policies from their generations have fucked everybody else younger than them.
That's another
They don't
thing
want to
that
look
really...
at that reality. They just want to be like, yeah, like getting out of poverty is so fucking, and I'm not saying you're in poverty, but you know what I mean? Like starting over.
I won't lie.
Again. It's so hard.
Like this thing that at 35 you're supposed to have XYZ.
Yes.
These fucking 1950s and 60s milestones is delusional.
Yes.
And I don't know what to say, because it feels like you need to stay with your grandma.
And you do. And you
need to figure out a way to communicate with her.
Too. Like so basically what my issue really is like it 100% is the communication, because like I said, she sent me this long text, and she sent me, I'm not kidding you, she sent me dates all the way through July. And she's been constantly like last minute, like canceling on me.
You know what you now need to start doing?
At least you've
got this job.
I've had this job.
You've got the job.
Which has been since Thanksgiving.
And you need to just now save up as much money as humanly possible to start working on what your next steps are. And unfortunately, you're not going to change your grandmother's thinking. You're not going to change
that's like what I always say about my parents. I'm like, you can't teach 70-year-old dogs new tricks, unfortunately.
You're not going to. So what can you change in this situation? The only things you can control are how you present yourself through this, how you can start moving your way through it. You're right. It's not going to happen fast. It's not going to be easy. But once you start taking the steps, even just little steps of what you can do, and I'm not saying moving out right away because that's very expensive and it's going to be down the road, but making little steps for you so that you can feel that you are moving on your way towards getting out of there.
And can I just ask like a logistical question? Is it possible for you to walk to work? If it's a mile away, maybe you could walk. Just now the weather's getting warmer. I don't know where you live.
Yeah, because I'm in upstate New York. So
the weather's getting warmer. And maybe you could, obviously I would not want you to do that in fucking February. You would actually probably die because it's freezing in upstate New York.
It was gross.
But like, if you could walk to work a little bit just to remove the feeling of dependence on your grandmother at all, so that she can stop wielding it over you. Like, it sounds like that's what she's doing.
Also, dinosaur rights, maybe a bike. Maybe something, like at a thrift store. Like, if you can save up to grab a bike or something like that. Just something to give you a little bit more of the independence that you want and need.
Until you get your car up and running,
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's been my biggest plan is, like, thank God it isn't a mile away, because I can hit the Smoothie King and then hit right to work, and then I'm good to go.
Yeah. I love this. Yeah, start doing what works for you, because you're not going to change your grandmother.
No.
Yeah.
But I'm happy for you, and I'm proud of you for working your way out of the hole that life dealt you. And
the last 5 years have been fucking psychotic for everybody.
It's hard. It's
for every single person.
Yes, and you've got this. And it just little by little, that's all we can do. We have our community. We rely on each other. If you ever need to just scream into the ether, you know that we're always here to listen to you. And I'm sending you so much love. And I want to say, it's great meeting you, Grapeles. And thank you so much for calling in.
I was really excited to call in. When you guys said it was the last time you'd be on here for a minute, I was like, I have to call in.
Yes, it's your time.
So wonderful to hear from you.
Thank you, Grapeles. We're actually going to extend for a little bit and take one last call.
Yeah, let's take one last call.
We're going to take one last call.
Yeah, we can take one last call.
And then we're going to sign off.
I will just say that she was really dealing with it much better than I would have dealt with it. I probably would have flipped out at this point, at this age, if my grandmother said those things to me.
I mean, grandmas are a fucking powder keg, man. I wish we didn't know. Oh, I mean, you got to deal with them when you got to deal with them. But
man, I hated the only one I had. I really hated, and she's been dead for some time. So
I loved my grandma.
I always was so jealous of people that loved their grandparents.
She was. My grandma had 14 kids, and at the end of her life, she loved Everybody Loves Raymond, and she loved.
I mean, who doesn't?
She loved Jennifer Lopez.
Wow.
Why? I could never tell you.
Do you remember? Yeah, you don't know.
One time she goes to me, get me the newspaper. I was reading an article about that Jennifer. And I go, Aniston? She goes, no. And it was Lopez.
Wow. What was she looking? I've got a million Jennifer Lopez questions to ask your grandmother that I don't think I can ask her the questions.
No, she gone. Oh, way gone.
Just like the Pope.
Yeah, she's way gone.
Whoa,
just like the Pope. My grandmother hated. Well, red age prop. Our grandmothers are up in heaven arguing about J-Lo right now. I mean, maybe your grandma's alive. I don't actually know if your grandma's dead.
But wherever they are, maybe they're talking about J-Lo, and wouldn't that be wonderful?
But do we have this last quote?
Yes, let's take it.
I hear a little tooty toot. Hello.
Hi.
Is this another couple call?
Yes, I love this.
Oh my God.
Situation.
It's a Sadie Hawkins dance situation tonight on the stream.
Double bitchlings.
We both love your stream. We love your show. We love Last Podcast Network altogether.
Yay.
Yeah.
I love your face holes.
Oh my God. We love all your holes. Equal opportunity hole enthusiasts here on the show. So what's going on? What's your name? What's going on?
I'm Kyle. This is my wife, Megan.
Kyle and
Hi,
Megan.
Kyle and Megan.
You guys sound popular.
Yes.
All right,
Not even a little.
No, not at all.
Which means we'll all get along. Do you need to beat the shit out of somebody for you? What's going on?
No, well, so this is actually an extremely long story, and I would love. I've been like going on the fence of like leaving you guys voicemails, like listening because I've listened to every single episode of your podcast, and I love it so much. And so if like you want like follow-ups or like even like prequels to all this stuff, like I can give you like more information later.
Hell yeah.
Give us the basics.
Give us the goods.
Yeah. So the basics is like objectively, my mom is the bitch.
Okay.
Okay.
So back in February, I made the executive decision to go no contact with her.
Okay.
But
Good for
also, like by going no contact with her, I went no contact with my dad as well. And so to really kind of give a short synopsis, so 2 years ago, I discovered that she was talking to other men online while married to my dad.
How did you find it out? How did you find it out?
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is a good story. This is where it should start.
How I found out is because she wanted me to set up on her phone how to pay people online. And I thought it was extremely sketchy. So she gave me her phone and it's unlocked. So I started going through like her messages and stuff and found out that she was sending money and sending like lots of very cryptic text messages to strangers online.
It was like one of those Nigerian prince situations.
Oh no, your mom's getting fucking scammed?
Multiple strangers?
Like in this sense, my mom is definitely a victim of being scammed, but like where I don't have a lot of sympathy is because she doesn't want to stop.
Whoa! Wait. So she's been scammed multiple times and she refuses to stop.
Yeah, because
she's spending your dad's money because she hasn't worked in.
Yeah, my mom hasn't worked since I'm 18. I'm 35.
The father that she's still married to and still is in a relationship with?
Yeah.
Can you give me a rough age for your mom just so I can picture her in my head?
65.
65.
Okay.
So that's like a teetering on elder abuse.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, like, it's so, but like, which it means is like prime, like, scam, target, right? So, but the thing is, like, she doesn't really care about, like, she just wants the attention from dudes, right? And that's, and then she blames my dad for it, and which is its own thing, and that's not really the topic of conversation here. So, like, I found this out, like, a couple of years ago, and I confronted my dad about it. I'm like, hey, mom's emotionally cheating on you, so you should deal with that, right? And my dad is like super duper uber Catholic, so like divorce is not on the table for him. So he decided to stay with her and stick it out, and which is like, I don't know, I guess you could give him props for it.
At that age, I guess he just didn't want to. So he knows about it and is choosing. So he's not asked her to stop.
Yeah, he's fully aware. And then he, after investigating we think it's about $20,000 that she sent the scam artist.
$20,000?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, it was $20,000 to multiple people?
Of your father's money.
She's not even being loyal to the Nigerian prince that's scamming her.
No,
Jesus
no,
Christ.
She's literally spreading that shit around to other Nigerian princes.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so how long has this been going on, Kyle?
Well, okay,
I know people in the chat are like, can I get her email?
No, not at all. Please don't. So I discovered this 2 years ago. It was like January of like 2023 now or whatever. Or like I think maybe I discovered December of 2022.
Okay.
We confronted this 2023. So it was like 2 years ago, like et cetera, et cetera. They had whatever conversations they had behind closed doors, and also a really big important part is like my mom's like a full-blown narcissist. So like,
oh yeah,
I mean, it makes sense.
Who among us does not have a narcissist parent?
Yeah, right, yeah. So fast forward a little bit is like months ago, my wife Megan, who's kind of here a little bit too.
Hi Megan.
Megan, for reference.
I don't do social media. Like I'm not on Facebook, and I'm not on TikTok, and I don't do anything. But like Megan's like on Snapchat still, and blah blah blah. And she's just like, hey, your mom's being sketchy because like she keeps like putting things on her social media like with random dudes.
Thirst traps?
Like,
she posted thirst traps?
I'm sorry, is your mom on Snapchat?
No, not necessarily.
Megan
but like,
saying thirst traps. I'm hearing thirst traps.
Wait, is your mom
She's
on
got like the
Snapchat?
filtered photos where she's like doing the like I'm in bed photo. Yeah, they're thirst traps.
Okay, so
But are they on Snapchat?
Yeah.
What?
But she's dumb and she puts them on like her like story.
My mom does not know how Twitter works. I just cannot believe that your mom figured out Snapchat. I'm blown away.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, go on.
So we already had this suspecting like protocol that and I just went like, you know what? I already addressed this. My dad apparently doesn't care or whatever. I'm just going to leave it alone until it finally affected our lives. Because we have two kids.
Okay.
We have a 7-year-old. We have a 1.5-year-old.
Aw.
And my mom befriended some dude online, and he started stalking my daughter's pictures. And he started liking all of pictures of my daughter on my wife's Facebook page. And then my wife, Megan, confronted him and said, why are you doing that? These are really old pictures, et cetera, et cetera. And he just said, I think your daughter is beautiful and I think she's gorgeous.
Oh no.
And he kept asking, where do you guys live? Where are you located? And then so
there's so much
earth. Did you burn it all to the ground, Kyle? I would understand. I would be like, where are you? I will find you and I will put you into a coffin.
This is like my this is a cross stream of my two podcasts that I do not appreciate. I don't like this.
Right, because like Kara, Kara, you have kids too. So like this is where like we understand that
and
like you're,
it's always so
right,
creepy when
like,
somebody goes back into your Instagram and they're liking shit from like 4 years ago and you're like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Like, why are you back there?
Exactly.
And with kids, it's crazy. I was just talking to Eddie's wife about kids on the internet yesterday at this Easter party. Wait, so go on. So you guys say, hey, could you get your fucking boyfriend to stop fucking being a creep?
Yes. So Megan like went on this guy's profile and he had one mutual friend, my mom. Right?
Put pieces together and being like, so she confronted the dude and like, how do you know my mom's full name? And he goes, oh, yeah, we've been friends on here. He's like, I just met her through Facebook. Yeah, she's a wonderful person. So, they've been talking to each other, this and that. So I confronted my mom about it and said, like, yeah, like my mom and I do not have a good relationship at all. Like I said, we can talk about that maybe some other time, et cetera, et cetera. But like, I basically said, like, I drew a line in the sand years ago, and as soon as you get my kids involved, we're done.
Fuck all the way off.
We're done.
And you were,
but she had no response. She didn't say anything, or
man, extra. She's the bitch.
We're pounding it.
Let's so the bitch. Wow. So what ended up happening?
Well, her response was
she was so caught off guard that she didn't know how much we knew, that she kind of was just in awe, like, and didn't know what to do at the time.
And she started blaming other situations that we didn't.
Well, later she did, but like she blamed. I'm always the scapegoat, so it was my fault somehow. But anyway, so
how did she even try to blame that some dude that she was not even stooping, just sending money to, was liking pictures of your children? How is that any version of on you?
Yeah, good. I don't know.
She does try and turn it that way.
She definitely does try to turn it on me.
Talk about narcissists.
Yeah, so anyway, that being said, so like, and I basically said, like, because I've lived my whole life in this context, so I'm just like, I don't really care. Like, fine, blame me. Like, I've gone through my own therapy. I have such a great, like, foundation of friends and family and my wife.
Good for you.
So, like, I can get past that. I don't care. Like, because like, honestly, like, her opinion of me, like, doesn't affect me because I
still
just don't give a shit about her either.
I know.
But like, the line in the sand was basically like, as soon as you affect my kids, we're done.
Yeah.
So I basically said, like, you have no contact with them. I blocked her on everything.
Good for you.
I was just like, you were just done.
Yeah,
like,
because she was probably just going, what? My friend thinks my granddaughter's beautiful. What's the problem? It's like, bitch, if you're allowed to be on Snapchat, then you're allowed to know that there are child predators and that you're probably fucking one right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Or just sending them money.
So, like, I guess, like, the very, like I said, objectively, like, my mom's the bitch and all this and everything. But, like, I guess, so Easter was just yesterday.
Did you have to see her?
No, so like, I haven't talked to my parents in 2 months.
Good,
like,
okay,
hell yeah.
That was at the end of February. But
does your dad know about everything that's going on with the liking of the children?
I don't know what his opinion is because he enables her in a lot of different stuff.
He's like, well, Jesus said in the book of Luke that thou shalt like the photos of the little kids that are the most beautiful.
I don't know.
That's scripture, right?
Luke everywhere,
Right.
Kara.
The Pope just died too, so I think he's
you're the second call today where the Pope's death is fucking bothering everybody.
Everybody's upset Pope's dead.
You can't get my boner up about that, but I get it. I get these parents.
It does upset a lot of the parents.
Yeah.
So I guess like where my confliction is, so like Easter morning, like, we did our own thing. Well, most of my wife, like she set up this little like trail of like Easter eggs.
Give it up for Megan. Give it up. Give it up.
Megan.
Give it up for anybody putting out eggs yesterday.
Jackie created a magical Easter for my children. Just FYI, everybody.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love.
Well, Springsgiving.
I love creating magical Easters.
Yeah.
Love it.
It was more of a magical 420, but we told our kids it was Easter.
Yeah, they didn't. Okay. They weren't celebrating 420. So what ended up happening? So what happened yesterday, Kyle?
Oh, so basically, like, we had our own Easter and everything, and then I don't know what time it was. My dad gets up like at 4:00 in the mornings, but like at some point they dropped off Easter baskets on our front porch, which is like, I guess they respected our boundary enough. The kids are unaware that the baskets are there. I put them in the back of my car. We didn't tell them about it and everything.
Understandable.
So like, am I the bitch for not giving my kids those baskets?
No, they completely went against the boundaries that you set for you and your family. And no, the answer, you are not the bitch, and they have no right to do that. I am very proud of you for making that choice for you and your family. You have made that boundary and they are not respecting it. They don't get that. No.
Do you, Kyle? I bet the answer is no. But do you watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
No. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Either Kyle. Don't worry.
Every episode of your podcast, I know you guys talk about it a lot. No, that's not.
Okay. Well, listen. Even Jackie doesn't listen to this franchise, so I'll just do a really quick. If anybody in chat watches Beverly Hills, this is the bunny. Okay. Lisa Rinna gave a bunny to Kim Richards because she had a grandchild, and at the reunion, Kim brought the bunny back and said, I don't feel comfortable giving this to my grandson because of the things that you've said about me and the things that you've done. So this is the bunny, and that's okay. Like, that's just a full, yes, thank you, Red Age Prop, Lisa Rinna.
Also, excluding Money X, I love it. Take the baskets to a local women's shelter.
Yes.
Take the baskets somewhere.
There are plenty of people that can enjoy those baskets. Your kids do not. They got the baskets from Megan. They got the baskets that they got the Easter that they deserve. They don't, you're not a bitch for withholding shit from your parents to your kids.
I can drop it off at our local women's shelter.
Okay. I think please do. Other people will use what is inside of it. That is a disrespecting of the boundaries that you set.
If your mom wants to get back in with your family, she needs to go through the correct channels, which is not going through your children.
With guilt and with presence.
Going.
No. You don't deserve that. She doesn't deserve it. She's not allowed to have it.
She needs to
give it to her.
Yeah, she needs to come to you correctly. And I hate to say it, as also a child of a narcissist, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. I fully accepted that years ago.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that you're going through this, but I will say, it's a really great Who's the Bitch story. And I really want to thank you both
and I
for
think
calling in.
You are a great dad, and you are ending the cycle of narcissism and stuff like that with your kids.
Thank you, because it's so difficult to do that. You
guys are cute.
Yes. Oh my God, I love you guys so much. You are doing what Blake Lively fucking wished she was doing with It Ends With
Kyle
Us.
and Megan.
It ends with Kyle and Megan. Damn straight. We're sending you guys so much love.
More of the tea of like other backstories, and if you would allow like for me to call like and leave voicemails and everything, I can tell you even like more crazy stuff.
Wait, send us an email or a voicemail with like all the details. The voicemails can only be 5 minutes, and it sounds like you might have more. So maybe an email.
Hit us with an
maybe
email.
a bulleted email with these points would be good. But I would love a follow up, and we'll do it in a couple weeks on the pod.
Like kind of like a tip of the iceberg. Like there is so much other.
Yeah, this felt like such a little thing.
Yeah, your mom sounds like a fucking nightmare, and I kind of can't wait to hear more about it. And I just can't believe that your dad is like, but Jesus said divorce is wrong, so I'm going to just stay with this psychopath.
That's just...
Like, it's so crazy. Mm-hmm. She's spending your money and disrespecting you openly.
And your whole family.
And you're like, I owe it to the Lord to stay with this woman.
It's just, why do you think I came up with Springsgiving instead of Easter? In my head, I just hear all these things, and I'm like, I'd rather just celebrate Springsgiving.
Springsgiving, though.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. I hope you had a wonderful Springsgiving. And thank you both. But please, hit us up. who'sabitch.com. Okay, we want to hear from you.
And also, God, I want insider footage of what's happening at the conclave in Rome.
Yeah, so what's going to happen, and if they're sucking
the politics, the screaming. Okay, I want it. Anyway,
I'm sad that they're not sucking and fucking on each other in the conclave. I will say I did get excited because someone said, didn't you know that Judas and Jesus made out on Great Friday? And I was like, oh, man, that is a Great Friday. It's actually Good Friday, not Great Friday. And they didn't kiss. They didn't make out. It was the kiss of betrayal. So everybody lied to me because they were trying to get me into the Easter
you thought
story.
It was a make out on Great Friday, but it was a betraying peck on Good Friday.
Betrayal on Good Friday, and that's not fun.
And that's the fake news that was given to Jackie. All right, listen, we love you guys. The chat is so fucking fun. You guys are the best. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to us. If you're just listening to this over podcast, we appreciate you guys and love you so much. who'sthebitch.com is where you can call, get all the info to call us, DM us, email us. We're not going anywhere. The next
Every
live.
Wednesday.
Listen, somebody just asked, when is the next live? We will let you know as soon as possible. It won't be in 2 weeks. We're taking a little bit of break to figure some video stuff out. We're going to be back as soon as possible. This will not be the last time you see these two bitches out on the veranda, okay?
No, we'll be out here getting drunk and we're waiting for you.
Very soon. And follow us and, keep emailing us and telling us your stories. We love you guys so much. This is like such a dream to be able to talk to you guys.
Oh my God. Yes, be well. Send us updates. We love hearing from you, everybody. And have a great rest of your day.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.